What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Local Legends. It's your boy Big Booga, and I'm out here with the good homie EXCS EEZE.
Mermaids in my bed, sleeping naked beside me. Surgical with the head, reminds me of lobotomies. Armani bags, mosh pits, living like I gotta have this. Peaceful but I ravage, indulging in my habits.
How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself, man?
All is great, man. We had met at the Boku.
Buku, yeah, for sure.
It's Boku, right?
Buku.
Buku.
Buko. I'm saying it wrong,
Listen,
too.
Lady Red was tearing me up for messing it up all night. But, man, we met there, man. We vibed out. It was a great night. A lot of acts, a lot of performances. How you feel about everything that's just going on as far as the 757's music scene?
Oh, man, we are a talented state. It's so much and so many talents on the level. Such a plethora, man. I enjoy everything and what everybody does. We distinguish ourselves from other states, but I do see that we pick up certain things and like little small sounds from other states and incorporate in what we got going on too, man. So our scene is wide open. I love it, man. Watching other guys and goddesses in their realm as well. It's big. I feel like it is because I've done a lot of shows and been around. So I've seen so many artists and so many talented people on so many different levels.
You went to Made in Norfolk last night, man.
I did.
What was that like?
Like I said, that was my first time performing at Made in Norfolk, man. It was good energy, man. Bro, like I'm talking about, it almost felt like a party. And that's one of the first open mics in a long time that I've been to that had just like a friendly, it was a small, close-knit, you know what I mean, type of situation, but it was lit, bro. The music was rocking. I had an interview there with my boy, shout out to Sticky too, man, and locals outside for making it happen for me as well. And that was my first time actually going to the Made in Norfolk store as well. So I like the little thing they got going on with their open mic as well, man. It was epic.
Yeah, man. When I see Made in Norfolk, I just like it. Just gives me so much hope and joy. And not even just hope, but joy to see somebody really take pride in being from Norfolk.
It's so authentic.
And it's very raw. It's very authentic. I love everything about Made in Norfolk. And it's nothing bad I can say about them. I mean, other Norfolk brands, you know, such
Absolutely.
as Polidori. We got other brands as well. It's too many names. But I wanna talk to you about early life. You know, where are you originally from? Are you from Norfolk or?
I'm from Virginia, man. I've lived so many places, but I would say Virginia Beach is home for me. You know what I mean? So I've lived in Virginia Beach, I've lived in Norfolk, I've lived in Chesapeake, but Virginia Beach is home for me.
What was early life like for you?
Yeah, growing up, man, I had a great family, great home growing up, great surroundings. As far as in the home life, music is what really tied me through my early life, to be honest with you. That was the easiest thing that I could relate to. I love the way that the artists express themselves. I love their lifestyle. I would emulate everything I could see with them when I would watch a music video or some of my favorite artists. So early life was really dominated for real by music. My life was a musical, and everything that I could contribute to with everything was towards music and words and sounds. So I had a great mother. I lost my father at 10, so you know that kind of set the tone in my life as well. That was one of the reasons that actually pushed me to start writing music to express myself. But I had a great brothers, great sister, you know what I mean, my grandparents. And, you know, I would be back and forth between Virginia and North Carolina. So I got a taste of two different states, but Virginia is home. And I always are going to say that Virginia Beach is where I'm from.
You touched on losing your father, and I know that's a difficult thing, especially as a little boy, to
Absolutely.
deal with. However, you know, you touched on the fact that you had brothers. I met one of your brothers. How has having older brothers helped you as you begin to like make your way up in life?
Right. They were always giving me informative information on how to move the correct way as a man, you know, how to conduct business, how to carry yourself in situations. One of my big brother's greatest saying, never let your left hand see what your right hand doing. That stuck with me for an eternity. So having brothers really benefited, you know what I mean? That it's not a substitute to a father, but you know what I mean, their influences can help you navigate a little bit easier through life, you know what I mean, being and having a relations to that as men growing into men. And once they grow into men, and I was still a kid, they helped me, you know, grow into a man as well. Not all the way, because I had to learn a lot of things myself as well, but the influences definitely mattered, and they were definitely felt, and I still use them to this day.
Oftentimes, you know, a lot of people always, it's always this saying, a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. However, do that ever, like, knowing that you had lost your father, even though you had brothers, your mom was the primary guardian of you. How has she helped you develop as a man?
My rock. Oh man, my rock. My mom has been my rock. And when I say been there for me, went to bat for me, put me in my place when I'm wrong, call me out on my bullshit, like, my mom is my rock. I can go to her for anything. You know, our relationship has blossomed and groomed the older I got, because I've found a new appreciation for her every year of living. And she's been there through thick and thin, hell, high water. When the world is against me, my mom done always had my back. And shout out to my mom, man. Thank you, Mom, for making it happen for me. You the number one, for real, the real one. And I will say, no, she couldn't raise me into a man, though. No, but her influences helped me navigate through life and find my own way and path to make my own decisions and be a thinker and an individual. So I'm absolutely thankful for her.
I want to talk a little bit about music. You say music was part of your life. Did you start playing any musical instruments before you started to pick up the mic?
Yeah, drums, actually, and percussion.
Oh, it's crazy, man. I'm a percussionist myself.
Drums and percussion.
Yeah, man.
So originally that's what I thought I was going to do, be in a band, be a drummer in a band. But I start falling in love with my words and start writing music. So I did band for a little bit, man. I didn't stick with it all the way through because, like,
how I said, come? I'm a band head. I love band. You know, I watched it. You know, being at Booga T. You know, starting at Grammy, being at Booga T.
Shout
out. Going to Norfolk State. I love band. Like 7 years of marching, nonstop. I love it. But I understand.
I don't think I had the initiative at the time and the mind frame to see it all the way through. That's what it was. I think I got a better appreciation of it now as an adult than I did back then as a kid. So I didn't have the initiative and drive. One of those type of situations, not seeing things through. But it did influence my life and push me into writing my own music. So just to touch on something, back to my mom, on my 10th birthday, she bought me this karaoke machine. And the karaoke machine had a microphone, had a tape deck, and it had a CD player on the top. So I don't know if y'all remember, it was a such time where they would sell singles, CDs. It would have the clean version, the dirty version, and the instrumental. And I would go into music shops, and them joints was only like $1 back then. They were cheap, like $3. So I would buy as many as I could with the money that I had, take them home, and I would put the CD part on the top, and then I would record myself rapping on the instrumental. So that, once I started writing music at 10, that's what I started doing. And that was one of the greatest birthday gifts she could have ever gave me, because that set the tone.
Yeah, man. How has being a percussionist, a drummer, helped you throughout your music career now?
You can hear it heavily in all of my music. It influenced me so much. So when it's time for, album time or time for me to cut a record, I heavily lean into that, the drums and the snare. For me, I'll listen to a song, the first, 15 seconds of it, and I immediately listen to the snare, drum, percussion type situation, and then equivalent the rest of the song to it. And if it's hitting, I write to it immediately on the spot, man. So drums have heavily influenced me to the point of how I even rap on certain beats now to this day.
Yeah, man. Percussion is the heartbeat.
Yes, it is.
It's the heartbeat. It keeps everything moving, not just the band, but like when people hear drums, they move.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And also, piano, that's a percussion instrument. So they hear something, they got a little pop to it and a little rhythm to it, they can groove to that as well.
That's crazy that you say you said the drums and then you said the piano. My grandmother, rest her soul, she was a piano player for her church up until the last, better part of her life, man. So it's in my blood. I would watch her play the piano. I never could get the piano down though, but I would watch her play it.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I know how to play keys, but it's not an easy thing. Honestly, practice will help out a lot, and that's one thing I lack. But yeah, man, starting in church. So were you a church goer growing up?
Yeah, I was a church growing up, man. My peoples kept me in the church. I even sung in the choir too, man. So I don't.
What was your favorite hymn?
My favorite hymn in church was Hallelujah, Shabbat, praise the Lord. I don't know the actual name of the song, but that was one of my favorite joints back in the day, man. My parents made me go to church. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that, but
yeah, my grandma did too.
My grandmother did too.
My grandma
man.
did too. Sunday school, Wednesday night Bible study.
What about revival?
Revival, man. Friday night revivals. Friday night praise the Lord with the fellas night. Senior church. You know what I'm saying? Youth Sundays. Look. Oh man, New Year's. I ain't gonna lie. One thing I would say, off the record, I love going to church on New Year's though. Church be jumping.
It would be epic on New Year's.
It be jumping. They be having food ready. The music be good.
And everybody would fellowship and bring the new year in.
Yeah.
In a wholesome type of situation. And it wasn't nothing wrong with that. That was epic, man. I done seen some epic New Year's in church.
I feel like we got away from that though. I want to ask you this. Like, and this outside of music.
Absolutely.
But, how much does religion play into our society, into our government, and also into the way we think about people, ethnicities, culture? I just want to hear it from your voice.
Me personally, I don't affiliate myself with any religion. I'm spiritual. My experiences in life and my spirituality and the things that I've seen have all put me in this point right here, as well as research and reading. I respect religion because it brings some of the greater parts out of people. And if used right, it's a very powerful influence and a very powerful thing on this universe. As far as, I will say, yeah, you're right. I feel like it's a time and period that a lot of people have gotten away from the church, but I believe that's with the equivalent of new knowledges and new things that's been explored.
Yes.
And revealed and proven with facts. So I started, like you said, I started off in church. I can be honest and candid about this. I started off in church, and then I went through this period of time where I questioned so many things. I started learning about the Hebrew Israelite type situation, and then I embarked on this spiritual journey. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest about this, almost dying kind of put it into play, but it confirmed a lot of things in what I was researching. So now I'm a person that believes in all things, you know what I mean? The cosmos, spirituality, the things we can't see, but we know and feel in our spirit. That's what I'm into, and my own research, and my beliefs are my beliefs. I don't like the worst parts of division because sometimes it creates, religion because it creates division.
Yeah.
And that's the worst parts about it. And another thing too, if you're not made to think on a specific way, you're automatically wrong or in some type of field or some type of other classification for damnation. And how could you put that on somebody's soul if God is love? So I don't know. Like I said, it's a different type of time now, man, with religion and beliefs. That's my truth.
Yeah. One thing about religion, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this
Right.
with you, but one thing about religion, it's like the good I love about religion is when you see somebody who was so fucked up, who was down bad, and then it's just at the end, like close to death, but then you see them turn their life around. They happy, they
That's
glowing,
the greater parts.
they healthy,
Absolutely.
and they got that Bible in their hand. That's the good. That's the good I love.
The love that comes from the power that comes.
Absolutely.
But the when it comes down to religion, I dislike when people use that as a shaming tactic to demean somebody.
And be judgmental.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
The double-edged sword.
Yeah, and
Cuts both ways.
yeah, absolutely. One thing though, like we all need to believe in something,
Absolutely.
but it don't have to be what the next man is believing in.
Absolutely.
It's like when I think about it, man, it's just like with the way the world going on today, we don't know. Like, do we really know? A lot of times people say they know, but do we really? That's just something we gotta find out, in that next life.
God is inside of me. I do believe that I'm connected to the source, and a higher power. I can't agree with every part of religion, but I do understand a higher power.
And you have to. It has to be in your essence. It has to be. But a few things that has been going on in this world, man. Young lady lost her life going up to a door of a older white woman.
Shit.
As a community, and I know you and your brother, y'all like strongly have opinions on things that goes on. Why we gotta keep taking hits like this? Why we gotta keep, every time something goes wrong, it's always them and us. But lastly, why do we have to continue to be a part of that when it's us and us, And to the point I'm trying to make is, yes, we feud amongst each other.
Absolutely.
We do. But when we feud amongst each other, we so quick to step. But when it's them outsiders, we don't step. Why is that the case when it comes to situations like this?
We got to understand the whys first. Why is this happening to us? And to the point that you get into, this is nothing new under the sun. Black on black violence, violence in our community, products of our environment type of situation. We know all of this, but the situation that you speaking on, that's sick. As far as with the lady getting shot through the door, and they were able to see past the point of arresting this lady because of a stand your ground law, and then a couple days later arrest her. Okay, cool. But we can say, oh, if the scenario was on the other foot, but if it was a black person, if it was this and that, but the why. Why do we allow it to keep happening? That's the question.
Yeah, man.
Why do we allow it to keep happening? Why do we continue to hurt and harm each other? Why do we continue to tear ourselves down? I'm going to be real. There's no more of a pro-black era in this type of situation in 2023. People can preach pro-black, people can say all of this, but it's too many isolated incidents to show a level of unity that's not being shown to solve these situations. Not even on a going to court and legislative type situation to change and reform laws, nothing.
Yeah, man.
Why do we allow it to keep happening?
Question is, man, like, so much shit done changed over time, and it's crazy how you said you brought up something about stand your law ground.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground
That's
law.
in Florida.
So boom, I don't know his name verbatim, but he's a former NFL player. He was on trial. It's so crazy. It's the irony of how the world and how this shit works. A white woman shoots a black woman through the door. Oh, she's standing her ground. But a black man shoots through his door and kill other black men. Kill another black man because that person was trying to harm him. Now, you see how we both lost?
All right. George Zimmerman is another case in the stand your ground law. But, man, and this is just the things that they're showing us. And like I said, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg. This is just what we're being shown and forced to digest. Who knows how many countless other cases?
Yeah.
This is just what we're being shown.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's plenty of them. It's kind of very distasteful, man. But sometimes it be hard because sometimes that don't be a lot of people's reality. So it's so easy to turn a blind eye when it's not you.
Right.
And that's another thing. And it be so hard. And I'll touch on this. It be hard when sometimes life is good and then I see a mass shooting that happened in a school or in the malls or in the super centers. But I'm living life. How can as a human being, I want to ask you this, how can you enjoy life knowing that it's people out here struggling, people out here who's getting brutally murdered?
An appreciation for your own life and waking up every morning. It starts as simple as that. Gratitude towards whatever your situation is, if it isn't the same as what you're seeing or being shown. A realization that it can happen to anybody. Staying out the way, being outside, wherever you at doesn't guarantee your safety. Having an appreciation for fellow man and woman and showing respect. But once again, even going through all of these checklists, nothing guarantees our safety, you know? So it feels like we're in a time of mass psychosis.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe it. Mass psychosis. With so many things going on in the world, and people not knowing what to believe, and people seeing these things and losing hope and salvation, and possibly vibrating so high, low. You know what I mean? I don't know, really, how anybody else finds their joys, but for me to find my joy when I wake up in the morning, that's a start. And showing gratitude and appreciation for my day, and understanding even with starting that day, I'm not guaranteed the moment I step out of my house. A certain level of understanding of self and showing love and appreciation and going about your day. You know, it's okay to say a prayer. It's okay to see the situation and feel some type of way. We have emotions. To give it too much energy would be harming yourself, but we can pray for people. We can make a difference when it counts, and it's our turn. And that don't mean be a hero and jump in front of a gun or a bullet. I'm saying helping the elderly person out in your neighborhood, walk them across the street, help them get their groceries. Speaking positive words into a brother or a sister. That don't cost for nothing, you know.
Yeah, man. I want to talk a little bit now, man, about your music, though. You got a lot of fun music. You making your way through the scene. What can we expect from you this next year? Your fans, the people that's following you, the haters, the critics.
Oh, man. You funny, bro. I like that, though. No, I don't have any haters, man. All I do is come in love and peace. So I'm working on some projects right now. I'm being hush-hush with them, man, because I'm putting them together, and I want it to be a masterpiece when I release these things. But people are going to start getting a little bit of something here shortly, man. I don't want to let it go too early, man, but I do have some great things planned for this year to be a part of a lot more shows. I'm a part of the LUV TOUR. Shout out to locals outside. June 10th at Charm Lounge. I'm doing that. Continuously making myself knowledgeable in the business and giving out the best quality music, but it's something different coming, and people are not going to expect it. I can say that much.
So now let me ask you this, right? And we pro love here. We are pro everything. But do you think sometimes with the music, do you think we are getting away from man and women connectivity?
And the music?
Within music, like meaning like it seemed like everything be so brash, everything be so rough and violent, and sometimes we forget our roots of where we came from. We came from men and women.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a touchy subject. That's a touchy subject. I'm trying to gotta keep it fair and in the middle with that. Where I don't want to get in no cancel shit. What I will say is this: everybody got the right to believe and do what they want to do on their own time and agenda. Just don't push your beliefs and push your agenda on nobody. That's all I can honestly say.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. As far as I thought you was gonna say something completely different. But when you said, and I just want to be clear, you said a man and woman away from music.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, man. Well, the type of music I like, I'm an R&B guy. You know what I mean? I love R&B. Not everybody gonna love R&B, but I love like the love songs. I love the song when the dude talking about spitting game to a lady.
Okay, now I get what you said. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so like more so brash music, like on the dude side they like fuck bitches and and then on the women's side they like fuck these niggas, get your money, girl type shit. Okay, so I get what you're saying. Okay, I understand that question.
And I should have articulated that.
Nah. Went way past me the first time, bro. It's different. It's a different type of era of people living in. I don't know, man. I mean, what you saying is completely true. You could say there's a disconnect because that's the type of music being made, but that's the type of music people are listening to. That's the type of music that's being sold.
Yeah, man.
So obviously it's connecting to somebody out there, bro. So I would say yes, with the dynamic of the artists that are coming out and out. Yeah, you're right. There was a such time as accountability in the music, like you said, R&B. Even the R&B is different now.
Yeah.
So to a degree, yes, but it's not the shit on nobody's style or nothing like that. That's just the people that's coming out.
Yeah, man.
We got to change the dimension, man. You got to change the dimension. If you're hearing too much of that, or you're seeing too much of something, or something is becoming too much in light, then we got to change our dimensions. That's just what it is, And I don't know. I do understand that though. You're right.
Yeah, cause it's like when you hear music and you hear things, ladies is gonna kill me for this. You hear the I'ma get the bag from a nigga and kick him out. Like I'ma take his money and then rob his house.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like
maybe the women are just getting a little bit more brash and they starting to up the ante on the music. Like,
yeah, I love it though.
What about Scarlett?
Scarlett.
You ain't never heard of her?
I heard of her. I never really touched on her music too much.
She be spitting, and I like her style. It's almost like a female Hannah, like DMX, the way she be like,
Yeah.
Like, so maybe it's just a change in music, man. Maybe it's a type of shift. You know what I mean? Maybe this is the era that we're coming into, that we're going to see and hear a lot more of these artists. It's done been different stages of hip hop and music. So maybe in this specific realm, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Who knows what will be the next hot this and that. But right now, a lot of the, like you said, the women are coming up with some hard music. I mean, it's hard in the sense of how they spitting and coming and delivering. So, you know what I mean? And if that's their message and they getting their bag and they doing what they doing, hey man, it's a change. Like I said, maybe it's just a change in the music scene, man.
I want to ask you this though, when it comes in terms of music, how I want to ask you this one, because everybody have their niche, everybody has they vibe. Like when I hear your music, you a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's, upbeat. Have you ever thought about stepping out your comfort zone when it came in terms of like maybe a bounce, maybe a type of go-go, or even stepping into the metal rock type of genre? You know, would you put yourself in a box? Is what I'm asking.
No, I show and exert a certain level of versatility in my music. So I could go, my music genre couldn't be explained because there's so many hints of everything in it. You hear rock, you hear R&B, you hear hip hop, you hear this. So no, I'm not in a box. I would be open to even joining a band possibly. You know what I mean? Just wait, man. Without giving out too much, man.
I understand.
Just wait, man. Just wait, bro. Like,
yeah.
Just
so
wait.
So when can we hear this? Cause I'm excited. You saying you don't want to say nothing? I'm excited.
It's coming, man.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't peep in the closet.
Yeah.
Don't look at that.
No, man. I can't give up too much yet, man. Cause I'm putting it together piece by piece. But to your question, no, I wouldn't consider myself inside of a box, man. Like there's so many influences of music in my music, so no.
Now I want to ask you this: this project, how much is this project going to mean to you more than any other projects you did?
That's a great question, man. Oh, so much to me, because the elements that I'm reaching to show my audience and the audience of people that I'm trying to connect with. Man, I can't wait, bro. Man, listen. So it's gonna show different side of me in music. It's gonna show. I feel like this is gonna be, if not one of my greatest pieces of work, standalone pieces alone. I'm putting the tracks together now for it, but I feel like I can't say too much without saying too much, but on the level of all of my other albums, the reach and the realms that I'm stepping out of, it's going to make it better than any of the albums I've ever made. I promise that much. So you're just going to have to wait to see on that one, man. I can't give too much away. I'm putting together a masterpiece here, man, and it's going to take time. Probably, and I'm going to be real too, the time that I'm going to put into this album, I haven't put any amount of time into any other album like I'm about to do this one. So if I don't put months into, like, I'm gonna double that amount or maybe triple that amount, bro.
Wow.
And I'm gonna know when it's gonna be released.
Wow. I noticed you work with a few artists. Have you ever who have you thought about working with outside of the artists you have already worked with that you've been seeing, whether if it's on a local scene or even, like, you know what I'm saying, major scale?
A few of them now, and I've been doing a few open mics, man. My man, I was talking to Sticky the other day. I would do a song with Ooh Sticky, man. He's got some fire music, man. The homie Blank T.
Blank T, yeah.
I would do some music with Blank T. Shout out to Blank T and Ooh Sticky again, man. Like, I would do some music with Blank T. The homie Kai Infinite, bro, I would do a song with him. And you say outside of the realms of people I've worked with. And I don't know, man. I see so many artists. I'm always down to work with other artists, man. But I never have like a set amount of people that I would want to work with or say I would work with, unless they were serious about meeting in the studio and laying down some tracks. You know what I mean? So when people ask me that, it'd be hard for me to really say who. I see so many talented people though, but the putting it together part is what really gets to me. If we really gonna do a song, okay, cool. We get a beat together, or I get a beat together, however we do it. Send your verse, I send my verse, and then we can do it like that. So I don't know, man. It's a lot of artists that's out there I would work with, but it's just the putting it together part, man. I don't know. It'd be hard.
So outside of yourself, who do you listen to on a regular?
Let me see. I listen to a lot of older music, a lot of old school music. That's where I get a lot of my greatest ideas from for writing. As far as hip hop, Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
That's my favorite artist.
Kick, push.
Nah,
push,
it's so
kick,
much deeper
push,
than that, though,
kick,
man. He's like
push,
one of my
and coast.
inspirations to being a lyricist. You know what I mean? The normals, man. Jay-Z. I listen to a lot of older stuff, man. Biggie, Nas, older stuff from Nas. As far as, like, I listen to Young Boy. I listen to new stuff too, Kodak and what I always stay in the trends and popularity in the music game because, you know what I mean, you got to stay with the times with it, but I don't listen to a lot of the mainstream shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of old school music.
Who would you put in your top 5?
Top 5 as lyricists?
Lyricists?
Or just hip hop greats? Just top
lyricists.
5.
Lyricists.
So I would say, probably Lupe Fiasco, Mos Def. You saying lyricists? Big was one of the greatest lyricists of all time. He goes on that list, of course. Probably at the top of the list to me too. Tobe, that's another one too, number 4, and that's relevant music too. And MF Doom.
Yeah.
MF Doom, lyricist wise. Yeah, those 5 people.
Yeah, man, that's a solid list. That's a solid list. That's a solid list right there, man. We still rolling. Was there anything you wanted to cover?
You can find me on all streaming platforms and services. EXCS EEZE. I have a lot of great, feel-good, eclectic music. The best way to describe my music would be raw but fashion. If you can understand that, then you can understand me and my music. I have currently, I think, 4 albums out. So, God is a Bully, Volume 1, Vacation, IDFK Yet, and X-Files, along with a couple other singles out there floating too, but they're on all major platforms and services, you know what I mean? So start anywhere, give it a try. You're going to like something up there for sure. You know
Give
what I
them
mean?
an ear. Give them an ear. Give them an ear. That's very important. One thing I love about this, man, and what I do is, like, I find and discover, not like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus. Did he find anything?
Look, I discovered. Not like.
Did he find something?
But nah, man, I love what I do because I meet so many amazing, dope artists. You know, it made me feel good. Like, and then the fact that, you know, you had a humility to invite me here and just take the time and talk with me. I appreciate that. You know, from me to you, thank you so much, X.
Thank you, bro,
Thank
for
you.
allowing me to be on Local Legends, man, and connecting with me, man. We got to get out here and support people's platforms.
Absolutely,
man.
and this ain't gonna be the last time, brother. We gonna do this
For sure.
100 more times. You know, 100 more times.
For sure, bro. I really do appreciate it too today, man.
One closing message.
So shout out to my brothers, man. 2 people you need to rock with too, man. My brother Spaceman Kizzy and my brother Storm Lee. You know what I'm saying? My brother Tote. Who else? Sorry if I forget anybody, bro, because my mind's going at 1,000 paces right now. Local Legends outside, everybody that's been there from the start, man, and all of my supporters as well, and family, and the people that believe in me, and the people that I believe in. Shout out to y'all.
Now, one last thing. When will we see you again on that stage? Even though you working on the current project now, you got a lot of body of work. When is the next time I will be able to bump into you, your fans will be able to bump into you and see you?
So, as I said, I'm doing the LUV TOUR Saturday at Charm Lounge. Pop out, if you can pop out. June 10th. You're going to see me a little bit here and everywhere, man. I'm still a scholar and I still love this. So you're going to see me at open mics. I'm never going to get to a point where I'm not going to go to open mics. I love open mics. I love the networking part. I love the connecting with other artists. I love watching other people do their thing. So I'll probably bump into you into an open mic somewhere or invite me to an open mic or I'll invite you to one. Let's get up or let's do some work, man. So, yeah. So you'll see me out here, man.
All right, man. It's your boy Train Booga, and we out.
Peace.
Mermaids in my bed, sleeping naked beside me. Surgical with the head, reminds me of lobotomies. Armani bags, mosh pits, living like I gotta have this. Peaceful without ravage, indulgent in my habits.